and did it to Edmonton in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Chris Rooney and Jean Hebert are the referees. Devin Berg and Ryan Daisy the linesmen, and Game 2 is underway. Top line out for each team. Connor McDavid centering the first line for Edmonton, and Alexander Barkov out against him. Lineups brought to you by WhatsApp. Some changes tonight for Edmonton. Adam Henrique up to the second line. Evander Kane's clearly not fully healthy. He's down to the third line with McLeod and Fogle. And Sam Carrick makes his first appearance in the Stanley Cup Final, centering the fourth line. As expected, they're making a change on defense. Vincent Desharnais is in, and Cody Ceci on it.
Yeah, offensive zone face-off, Sean, and they went to McDavid, Hyman, and Draisaitl together.
Saw a lot of that combination in the third period when they were down 2-0. They played more than 6 minutes together. Ekblad handled by Stuart Skinner. Low terrain and kept in by Montour, and then a pass back for Lundell. He threw it on net, stick to the far boards. Tarasenko to Montour, and a stop made by Skinner. Now Kachuk, who had just one shot in Game 1. High drive by Ekman Larsson. Might have gone off the shoulder of Skinner and up into the netting. Has Ekman Larsson joining the rush, but Bennett couldn't handle the first pass. Then Rodrigues collided with Carrick.
He's shaken up here.
For Reinhart, second in the league behind Austin Matthews, 66. Here's a 3-on-1 for Edmonton. Ekholm scores! It went right through Sergei Bobrovsky. And Edmonton has its first goal of the series. It's 1-0. And it comes on their first shot on goal.
Mattias Ekholm's going to start the 3-on-1. And the puck goes right through Bobrovsky. Ekholm has all kinds of room because the Panthers had way overcommitted in the offensive zone. There's 3 of them below the goal line chasing McDavid. He makes a little hook pass to Mattias Ekholm. And Bob was perfect in Game 1.
Rodrigues dropped it off. Lundell, nice handoff. Ekblad moving in. And it's on the near wall for Lundell. And it's snatched out of the air by Skinner.
Want to give those guys more room. Look at Skinner trying to move with.
On the major penalty to Fogle. Back in the line, Montour through a crowd and pinned against his chest by Stuart Skinner. Here's McDavid flying down the left wing boards. McDavid all the way to the net, and he stopped on a tough angle by Bobrovsky. It comes off the wall to Kachuk, tried to center, and a good stick by Holloway. Henrique swept it. Here comes Draisaitl. Montour trying to get back, and was a little slow to do so. Looked like he was tired as he was retreating to the defensive end. Kachuk, Rodrigues slid it across, hoping Bennett was there. He was not. Now Kachuk threw it toward the net. It hit Broberg, wound up in the corner. Down to 3:18 to go in the first period. 1-0 Edmonton. McDavid, you could probably tell by now. Stopped by Bobrovsky. He gets tangled up behind the cage with Aaron Ekblad. Well, they're 2 men short right now with Fogle gone. Here's Barkov. Centers one. And Tarasenko played back in. They would have been offside, so Tarasenko didn't play it. Now the 24-year-old defenseman Bouchard put it on net. Turned aside by Bobrovsky, and he and the Oilers shorthanded to begin the second period. Bouchard still with 1 minute and 14 seconds to serve on his penalty. On Ekholm's 5th of the playoffs. There's Bennett, who will be first there, shorthanded. Stenlund steals out in front, and Bennett missed from point-blank range. That looked like one of your tee shots. A big hook.
Big hook. Go get it.
There's Tarasenko into the midsection of Skinner. At 8. And he'll come back here for 5 if necessary.
An enormous watch party outside. They call it the Moss Pit. After a longtime employee, Joey Moss, who worked in the Oilers locker room.
Montour had one blocked up high by Kane a moment ago, and a good snatch out of the air. First round pick of the Atlanta Flames back in 1979. Ekblad put it on net. Turned aside by Skinner. Barkov sent it behind the cage for Reinhart. It winds up back in the line with Montour. Out on defense with Ekblad. Turnaround shot by Rodrigues. And solid as a rock. Here's Zach Hyman. Stopped by Montour. Top of the circle. He turns and fires toward the net. Might have grazed off the pad of Bobrovsky. Kulak, a one-timer. That hit Bobrovsky up high. Looking for his first Stanley Cup in his 26th years as NHL head coach. Almost an own goal. Mikkola put it right on Bobrovsky. Here's Lundell. Drops it off. They score! Niko Mikkola!
Ted, oh my gosh, I just shot this on Bob. Nice save, Bob. You might get an assist here. As the puck jumps up the ice, now Mikkola takes a deep breath and joins the rush and beats Stu Skinner on the glove side. This is a goal scorer shot from a guy that never scored. His second of the playoffs.
Which came with the ejection. Here's Kachuk all alone and stopped by Skinner. The puck squirts out. Montour shoots it just wide with Skinner scrambling and struggling to find out where the puck was through a maze of bodies in front of him. They're fortunate. The Oilers, that wasn't on net. Kachuk again. Tough angle shot denied by Skinner. And now Draisaitl goes with Holloway and Henrique. Draisaitl stopped by Mikkola. Looks for a trailer. Finds Desharnais. Lobbed one toward the net. Bouchard played it off for Draisaitl, and Bouchard ripped it wide. That's out of the rink.
He gets the return feed from Draisaitl here. Oh yeah. One bar each as Montour hit one in the first period.
Florida leads the series 1-0. Nugent Hopkins down low right along the goal line. Sent to the net by Draisaitl and handled by Bobrovsky. Verhaeghe's fresh. He's just out of the box. Everybody else is changing. Verhaeghe has Montour trying to sneak in. Instead went back for a shot right on by Kachuk. Penalty kill, and when Woodcroft was let go, Manson was as well. Here's Tarasenko. And a relatively easy stop for Stuart Skinner. Along the boards. A battle for it. Gets played into Rodrigues. Out in front! Bennett stopped! At point-blank range by Stuart Skinner.
To push off and push out. So he's able to come off.
And it's off the skate of Sam Reinhart into the corner. 30 seconds to go in the period. Verhaeghe knocked out. Barkov shot off the arm of Skinner and up into the netting.
Yeah, so if you're Edmonton, you still have to remain patient while you're trying to generate chances. You can't try to guess offensively all the time. The game's too tight. And you have to hope that you can generate a little bit of something, maybe stack a couple of shifts together for the first time all night.
Top line out for both sides. Zach Hyman, that one caroms off Sergei Bobrovsky. Hyman, quick move to dodge Gustav Forsling. Cycles up high, then that hit Aaron Ekblad, who went chasing after it, decides to Nugent Hopkins. Ahead for Kulak, the defenseman leading the rush. Sends it toward the net, and it's blockered into the corner by Bobrovsky. Dylan Holloway on the forecheck. He got walled off by Mikkola, sent along by Henrique, and back to the line to Desharnais. Here's Draisaitl out in front. That shot was blocked. Bouncing puck at the line, played in by Ekblad. Evan Rodrigues now. Tried to center. That was blocked by Brown. It comes back to Rodrigues, and he scores! Evan Rodrigues makes it 2-1 Florida.
As the Oilers have a couple opportunities to clear the puck, and they don't get it out of the zone. Rodrigues has the puck handed right back to him by Evan Bouchard. Bouchard lays this clearing attempt right to Rodrigues. It goes.
McDavid done a lot of circling in the offensive zone, but not finding paths to the net. Kulak had it kicked out. Testing drive. McDavid can dangle on you, but when he does, we have Bobby.
It's a good relief valve.
Desharnais had it blocked down. And the long Karen came out to Bennett. Kachuk tried to use Ekholm as a screen. It hit Matthias Ekholm. Up and down they go in the third period. Across for Broberg. Now Brown. McDavid with Lundell there. Very good defender. Broberg shot. Caroms into the corner. That's thrown on net from the point and smothered by Bobrovsky. Matthew Kachuk, the 26-year-old American. Montour off the arm of Skinner and up and out of the rink. Lawrence into forecheck, almost got there in time to take it away from Stuart Skinner. Ekblad a drive off the pad of Skinner into the backboards by Nugent Hopkins, sent toward the net by Bouchard. He has it back for McDavid. The top defense pair out there as well. Ekholm sends it down low, and it got knocked away from the top of the crease. Lofted in by Kachuk, dropped down by Skinner. High-flying Edmonton Oilers of recent years and much of their history, who would beat you 5-4. They are much better equipped now to win a low-scoring game. Ekman Larsson had it ricochet behind the net. 27 on the power play. Lundell steps in closer and split a couple of teammates. Still no shots on goal on this man up for Florida. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And now Lundell. Survives a check from Bouchard. They score! Evan Rodrigues again! A power play goal! And a 3-1 Florida lead.
Puck on their stick. Evan Bouchard's had a dreadful third period. He turned over the goal that led to Rodrigues' his first. He gets beat on the boards here wide, and Rodrigues an excellent deflection before Janmark can get back to deny his stick.
Draisaitl, they're out there together. Hyman centers one and a shot right on by Ekholm, and then Bobrovsky's mask came off.
Or in the arena as Bobrovsky squares up to the Ekholm shot. He lowers his head and this thing hits him right square in the mask. You see the strap fly off the back.
Who got his name on the Stanley Cup with the Vegas Golden Knights last year. Here's Kulak. That hits Bobrovsky up high and he pounces on it.
Anton Lundell will take his place with Sam Reinhart.
Edmonton's goal tonight was 4-on-4. Bouchard a blast. Kicked out by Bobrovsky. Ekblad slides it forward for Forsling. Now Kachuk. Little shake and bake. Wrap around. That one might have hit the post, or perhaps Skinner got it. Now McDavid. McDavid stopped by Bobrovsky. Room for that blazing speed.
The Panthers pinch in like they did on the Ekholm goal, and they get beat up the ice. McDavid's clean in, and now all Kachuk can do is try to bother him as best as he can.
Can understand why Chris Knobloch would do it. This team really struggling to score. McDavid down low. Draisaitl saved Bobrovsky. Draisaitl shoots it in. Bouchard's been on for more than 4 minutes, but did have the timeout in the middle of it. Bennett got tied up. That scores from center ice. Aaron Ekblad, an empty net goal that will give Florida a 3-goal lead.
A strong play here as Bennett runs into Kane, pushes the puck outside the zone, and Ekblad, following up, just launches it into the empty net.
At 17:32. Ekblad, 4th career playoff goal in 59 games.
A year ago, the Panthers gave up 273 goals. This year, they gave up 200, and they've continued that.
Lawrence had a shot deflected over the net by Ekholm. Down to 1:25 to go. Skinner in the net with Edmonton down by 3. Mikkola drive. That's deflected by Oposo.
The Oilers have scored 1 goal. Impossible to win like that. The Panthers are full marks for winning their 2 home games at a 2-0 series lead.